What if I told you that one of the most powerful business tools ever created wasn't an app or some complex software, but a single piece of paper? We're going to dive into a simple one-page memo from Procter Gamble that became a masterclass in how to sell a big idea. And trust me, it's more relevant now than ever.
You know the feeling, right? You're buried under this mountain of information. A proposal lands in your inbox and it's got a dozen slides, a 20-page report. It's just exhausting. It's not just inefficient. It's how good ideas go to die. But what if one of the biggest companies in the world totally cracked this code decades ago? Yep, Procter & Gamble came up with a tool that didn't just help them make decisions, it literally helped them build an empire.
So to really get why this little memo was such a game changer, we first have to understand the problem they were facing. And for P&G, the problem was actually a result of their own incredible success.
I mean, think about it. P&G just exploded. They started out making soap and candles, and then, boom, they launched brands we all know: Ivory Soap, Tide, Pampers. They basically invented the disposable diaper market. But all that incredible growth created this huge, hidden problem: massive, paralyzing complexity. The company was basically drowning in its own information. They desperately needed a way to cut through all that noise to make smart decisions, and fast. The answer wasn't some complicated new system. Nope, it came from a radical demand for simplicity. And the guy pushing for it was a P&G president named Richard Deupree. He had this one simple, non-negotiable rule: if you couldn't explain your proposal quickly, it just wasn't a good proposal. He would literally hand long memos right back and say, "Make it simple." This quote says it all. He wasn't saying he wasn't smart. He was saying that his job as a leader was to force his teams to do the hard work of making things simple. He believed you can only make really smart decisions when an issue is broken down into its simplest parts. And this wasn't just some personal quirk of his. It became the law of the land at P&G. By the 1970s, they made the one-page memo official company policy. From then on, any big idea, I don't care how big, had to earn its approval on a single, perfectly structured page. All right, so what was this magic formula? How in the world did they pack so much persuasive power onto one sheet of paper? Let's break down the blueprint. It's got 5 simple steps.
First, you gotta understand what this thing really is. At its heart, the one-page memo is a sales document. Its only job is to convince someone to say yes to your idea by making it ridiculously easy to understand and get behind.
And the structure is just brilliant. You start with the big idea in one sentence. Then you give some background facts that nobody can argue with. Next, you explain how it actually works. Only then do you sell the benefits. And you finish with a crystal clear call to action. It's this perfect little roadmap from, hey, what if, to, okay, let's do this.
And here's the secret sauce. This structure wasn't just invented in some stuffy boardroom. P&G took it straight from their sales teams. It's the same 5-step format their salespeople used out in the field to sell soap and diapers. So right from its DNA, this thing was built to sell.
But the genius here goes even deeper than just a good sales pitch. It's actually designed to work with how our brains are fundamentally wired.
So, have you ever heard of Miller's Law? It's a classic idea from psychology. It basically says that most of us can only hold about 7 things, give or take 2, in our short-term memory at any given time. Any more than that, and our brains just start to short-circuit.
And that's why the 5-part structure is so brilliant. 5 sections? That fits perfectly inside that little cognitive sweet spot. It gives your brain the information in a way it can actually process without getting overwhelmed. It's like it was engineered for your brain.
I mean, the difference is just night and day. An unstructured idea is a total mess. It's confusing, it's easy for people to poke holes in it, and it's really hard for a leader to approve. But the P&G memo? It forces you to be clear. It lays out your logic, and, this is key, it makes you find the flaws in your own plan before anyone else does.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. An ad agency exec who worked with P&G for years noticed this. He said the memo wasn't just about communication. It was a tool for critical thinking that helped them dodge mistakes before they ever happened.
Okay, I get it. This was a great tool for the 1970s. But what about today? You know, in our world of Slack and Zoom and a million emails a day? Well, the truth is, it's probably more important now than it has ever been.
So why does it stick around? 3 big reasons. 1, it forces you to be concise, to boil your idea down to what really matters. 2, it's built to sell, using a proven recipe for persuasion. And maybe most important, number 3,
It makes your ideas better. It's like a stress test. If you can't fill out these 5 sections with strong arguments, your idea just isn't ready.
Seriously, just think about it. Our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. We are bombarded with digital noise from every direction. So a tool that can deliver a complex idea with maximum clarity and zero fluff, that is an absolute superpower in today's world.
This quote from author Charles Decker just nails it. This is the ultimate takeaway. It's not about learning to write a document. It's about learning how to think with structure, with clarity, and with a focus on persuasion. It's a whole mental model disguised as a memo.
So the next time you've got that brilliant idea, the one you really believe in, forget about building that 30-slide deck. Ask yourself the real question. Can you sell it on a single page? Because if you can, you might just have an idea that can build an empire.